everybody. Happy Memorial Day. I got my patriotic shirt on just for you today, Paul and Kim. Thank you for pulling yourselves away from your family on Memorial Day, but we know the momentum of Gifted is gaining, and we couldn't miss our Monday character reveal. And we're really excited to get our inner boy on again today. And last week we talked about a girl called Emily, who has a twin brother who is significantly older, or he thinks he's significantly older, whose name is James. So Kim and Paul, you have so much fun talking about your characters and thinking about who they are. I know that from my perspective, James is cool because James has a car. And when you go to high school and you have a car, you're the man. And I love hearing the story of how James got his car and how him and his dad built it together or rebuilt it together. And James is one of these guys, right, who does stuff with his hands. He's almost like he's the engineer. He's a mechanical one. And every team needs an engineer. So I'm sure in the book of Gifted, he plays a pivotal role when it comes to working stuff out. Now, Kim, James has a best friend who is also in the book, whose name is Peter, who we have not talked about yet. But how far does their friendship go back?
Well, they've been friends for a long time, so back to elementary school. And Peter and James could not be more different. They're wonderful, supportive friends to each other, and they watch out for each other, but they're very different people. So they have kind of an interesting relationship.
It's interesting. And obviously he's a twin, much older twin. I mean, what are we talking about here?
Just a couple minutes.
Just a couple of minutes, yes. I think James is 2 minutes older than Emily.
But in a guy's world, 2 minutes is a long time, right?
It's everything.
Yes. I actually have a niece and nephew who are twins, David and Shelley. You would not even put them close together because Shelley is small and petite. David's a giant, and he was born first. So
yeah. Emily doesn't care that she was born second.
Why would she?
She doesn't care.
She doesn't. But James kind of does, because he's kind of, to me, he's more of a leader. He's more bravado. My goodness, Paul, did I read that he's a skydiver?
He is. He's a daredevil. He's a thrill seeker. But it's interesting because he's very calm. His personality, he's a leader, and he's calm. And he can gather people together. He's very logical, can sort through a problem and get a solution. But then he has this side of him where he likes to go skydiving, likes to do crazy things like that. Doesn't want to play video games, but he'll go skydiving.
Oh, him and Sydney must just get on like a house on fire. But at the same time, I know he's been brought up, he's a good boy. He's not a rule breaker, is he?
He's not. He plays it safe. He follows the rules. He's very logical. And so and that kind of works with his mechanical personality. Not that his personality is mechanical, but he looks at life in that way. Logical, methodical, can kind of sort things out and figure things out like it's a problem.
Got it.
But one thing that's unique about James is that he has the ability to look at things from a different perspective.
I'm so glad you segued to that. But I'll return to sort of say, so he's not the Danny Zuko from, Greece kind of thing with the car coming up.
No.
He's a good boy. Okay, got it. So he likes to see things differently. And obviously what I love about this book, Gifted, #read Gifted, and you will soon, each of the 6 characters is actually bestowed a gift from a certain person who shall remain nameless at this point. And this is a very unique, very boyish gift because it is something that extends and gives him perception of the future. And the tag that on this gift, it says, go as far as you can see. When you get there, you will see how you can go farther. Now that's so different, because normally you say when you get there and you look back, you'll see how far you've come. But this is completely different. What you're saying is go further, and then you can see how far you can go. Now that's a paradigm shift.
Mm-hmm.
For sure, especially for someone like James, who is a planner and he's methodical and logical. To that type of person, it makes sense to figure everything out before you take that step forward. But this card is inviting him to step out of the way he normally operates and to just go forward. And when you get there, you'll figure out what you're supposed to do.
Got it. So Kim, what's his gift? Would you like to tell us?
So James has the gift of perception, which is your point of view. And, you know, sometimes we get very locked into how we see our circumstances or how we see a situation or a problem. And it makes it difficult to find a solution when we get so locked in to the way we see things. But James, when he looks through his spyglass, he sees everything differently, and he can see things that the others cannot when he uses his spyglass.
So tell me about the spyglass. Are we talking like the pirate sort of extending, leather-coated, old-fashioned,
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. A handheld, one-eye piece instrument that allows you to see farther distances close up, but James sees the world differently.
So it's like a kaleidoscope, but on perspective.
Right. Right.
I love this. So his best buddy is Peter.
Mm-hmm.
His sister is Emily. And I know we talked about this a little bit last week, that Emily and James almost have this kinetic connection point that goes beyond speech, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is a twin thing. That's something in the womb that never leaves them, I believe.
It is, yeah. And because they grew up together and they've just always been together, they know each other, and they have that gift. And you'll see in the book that one can usually tell and feel if something's wrong with the other. You know, a lot of times they can finish each other's sentences, and just fun little things like that.
That is awesome. And it's interesting that I think I read in some of the background notes that twins, I mean, obviously quite often twins are genetic. My brother had twins. I kind of wondered if I might have twins. We never did. But there is a kickback. Sometimes it misses a generation or two. And I believe that happened with these two kids, right? There are twins in the background.
There are twins in the background.
And maybe that's for a sequel, but I'm interested to see where that's going to come to. And what I love, Paul, is that there's twins in your family. In fact, it's fair to say your mom and your aunt.
Yep.
And not just twins. I mean, they're like identical.
They are identical twins. So very identical.
So,
so you know, all this research about twins I've grown up with.
And I think Kim's just a pirate at heart. I think she's a Keira Knightley of the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Keira Knightley was cool in those movies. She was awesome. Yeah.
Britishness at its finest. That's all
there
I
you
can
go.
say. Yeah, and she became a captain as well.
Yep,
So
a rough and tumble girl.
So this cool engineer who is not shy, but not a rule breaker, who is not afraid of failure, plays a brilliant role in the Book of Gifted. My goodness, I'm excited for everybody to read this book. But we have a new announcement. In the website, readthegifted.com, is now live.
Yes.
It has actually hit the internets. So whether you follow us on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or Pinterest or YouTube, all links lead to readgifted.com. And as and when each week we reveal a little extra, there's a little bit more of the website. So keep coming back. And also think about this. We're going to do something very unique. Kim and Paul are going to lead us, along with our friend Balthazar the Crow, on an imagination challenge. And I think our next video will be all about exactly how we could challenge our imagination over a habit-forming period of time, let's just say 30 days, to come up with a whole new paradigm shift on how we can use our imagination to actually make stuff happen. That's very exciting. So Kim, Paul, thank you for coming away from the barbecue or wherever you're at on your Memorial Day. This video will be live pretty soon. Do you have anything else to add about our friend James before we go?
James is pretty cool. He is wise beyond his years.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. Wise beyond his years. We love that. So you two, thank you. And thank you everybody for listening. We will be back with another character reveal soon. But in the meantime, go Google readgifted.com and tell us what you think. Bye for now.
Bye.